Good morning from sunny Southern California. We are spending this week living with the Mercedes CLA35 AMG, and we'll be spending a lot of time with the car because it's Monterey Car Week. And starting this morning, we're heading up to Monterey in the CLA35. I've got my coffee, ready to hit the road. I flew into LAX yesterday, picked up the CLA35, stayed the night at a friend's house, and now we are ready to make the drive up to Monterey. It's about a 5-hour drive. Check out this interior spec. It is very sporty, the black and red contrast. Just under a 5-hour drive to where we are staying in Monterey. I've also noticed there's a lot of storage in the center console area. So we have this tray here, not quite big enough for a phone, but you can put something else there too. And then we have the double cup holders. And then there's another storage area here where the wireless phone charger is. Probably my phone there for most of the drive. Obviously, with a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder, we should get pretty good fuel economy. I'm pretty happy with the 33 plus MPG I've been averaging so far. My last trip out, I had a Escalade V and a Rolls-Royce Ghost and averaged probably 12 MPG, and I drove like almost 1,000 miles in that 1 week, so I spent a lot on fuel. So the one silver lining of having a CLA35 is I'll probably spend less on fuel this week. We've got some pretty good driver assistance tech. You have to keep your hand on the wheel, but adaptive cruise control, lane keeping, and so forth. So it's been nice on the freeway. Just have a hand on the wheel. It does have some sort of sensor. It will warn you. It'll also do lane change. Indicate left. Still keep a hand on the wheel, but just did the lane change for me. Obviously blind spot warning and so forth, but some pretty good stuff. Quick stop for fuel. Let's actually toggle over the Sport Plus. Some interesting sounds, definitely very augmented through the speakers, and an upshift. It did this like double little pop noise. Interesting. And just like that, we are in Monterey, approaching Pebble Beach, where we're staying, and it's car week time. We're here a little bit early, but already starting to see the cool cars all over the place. I am pretty pleased with the CLA35 today, driving all the way up to Monterey. Fuel economy, 33.6 MPG. It's pretty good. The Burmester sound system was nice. I did like the driver assistance, all the Distronic and all the setup there was pretty good. Made it a much more relaxing drive. Obviously, you don't have the more high-end Mercedes luxuries of like massage seats and air suspension. So rode a little bit more on the firm side, more road noise, exterior noise, but as kind of a entry-level little enthusiast hatch or a little sports sedan type of thing, it was nice. I'm actually surprised how clean the CLA stayed after a long drive up the coast, but we are going to head off to grab some food. We're going to cram 4 people in the small little CLA, so we'll see the rear seat legroom. Alex, be my guest. Ready? Cold start, or not cold start, warm start.
Do it. Hey, scoot up.
Wow. Hybrid.
You're like 6 foot tall.
Oh, is it really?
Steven's just fat. I am you what it is.
Yeah, okay. Look how much legroom he has there, and this poor guy doesn't have any legroom in the back. Come on, Steven. Come on. You should know Mercedes have door controls. I'm going to toggle over the Sport Plus. Listen to the turbo whistle. Yeah, a couple little pops.
That is comical.
It is a boosted 2-liter, although this one, unlike the CLA45, is not a proper AMG hand-built. It's AMG enhanced. So that's the difference between the 35 and the 45.
AMG-Lite.
AMG-Lite, good way of putting it. Oh yeah, unique car week finds. Who needs a G-Wagon when you can do this with the CLA35? Just find parking wherever you can. To open the trunk, you flip up the Mercedes logo.
Oh, really?
Backpack back here. This black and red interior spec definitely adds to the sporty character. All right. Cold start.
Whoa.
It just kind of begins because it's a mild hybrid now. There, that's valves open. Far cry from the rumble of an AMG 4-liter, but it's the CLA35 2-liter turbo 4, 302 horsepower. The baby AMG, AMG-Lite. That's what you called it, right?
Yes.
AMG-Lite, low calorie AMG.
Low calorie.
That's the one we saw yesterday, but somebody's dumpster is driving around. Oh no. Car Week is simply lovely. Take a look at that. Jacob & Co. Chiron Super Sport. Street parked. And then green carbon Aston Martin Valor. Oh my gosh. And then a Wyra. All right.
This is the one I saw yesterday.
Yeah. And we're driving a CLA35 AMG that's like 1/100th of the value. Whoa, look at that thing. One thing that's convenient about having a small car like the CLA35 is street parking is much easier and less stressful than a low, wide supercar. Time to go get some breakfast. Mild hybrid things, I am coasting with the engine off. Silent mode. But since this is a very, very mild hybrid, as soon as you need any sort of acceleration, the engine kicks back on, but it does have that coasting and regen function. When you're coming down to a stop, it will also cut the engine if the conditions are right. And just like that, Monterey Car Week is over. We're gonna be loading stuff back into the CLA35 and driving down to Los Angeles, about a 5-hour drive. I've been spending a ton of time with the CLA35, but pretty much all filming Car Week videos, but many thoughts on what it's been like to live with the CLA35 AMG. We ended up driving the CLA most of this week because Steven's car, the GT3, is only a 2-seater and it's so loud you can hear it from 2 miles away. And Alex's car is extremely low and stiff as a board, so not the most comfortable. So the CLA was the Monterey Car Week transportation solution. Pretty nice sized truck. We've got my suitcase here fully expanded. Fits back in there. Plenty of space. And close that. Oh, it is very dirty. Bye, Steven. Bye, Alex. Drive safe. See you guys later. Porsche GT3 elitist. All right, mine's not that loud, but I get really good fuel economy. You can't even hear it turn on over those two. Anyways. Drive is going pretty well. Quick stop for some fuel and food. Even though this is the baby AMG CLA35, I believe this requires premium, so 91 octane or higher. 91's all you get out here in California. Still have a fuel filler cap. It is not capless. Minimum octane 91. Something is on fire, and that is likely what is causing this traffic. It is way worse from the other direction. Is that a car on fire, or is that just a... Oh no, it's the California's on fire again. Oh boy, that's not good. But what I was gonna say is, what this car feels like is AMG-Lite. But Mercedes doesn't have like an intermediate level like Audi does with the S3 and then the RS3, right? The S models are a little bit sporty, still premium, a little bit of luxury, but not quite all-out performance like BMW with the M models, the full-out AMG. BMW has like M Sport and then like the M340i, for example, because there's more numbers than just M3. You know, it's kind of the mid-tier one. AMG uses the number for the displacement, but honestly, there's so many different numbers, it gets confusing because you have 35, 45, 53. There was a 43 for the C43 AMG. You have 63, you have the S. It is a little bit confusing, but this is not like full-fledged AMG like you would expect. They have the CLA45 for that. But this is, again, that mid-tier sporty, which is good. It's got kind of some of that hot hatchback feel, right? Kind of like a Golf R, Audi S3, like I mentioned. What else would be M2 35i, although the new one, I'm not a huge fan of the new BMW 2 Series outside of the M2. But this has got a lot of good qualities. It's like a 2-liter turbo 4 hot hatch type of thing, even though it's in the swoopy 4-door coupe. But as a road trip car, it's been quite nice, getting good fuel economy. When the pavement gets rough, you do get a lot of road noise and tire noise, and as befits kind of a more entry-level model in the lineup, but it's pretty peppy, it's quick, and I like a lot of tech creature comforts. I'll give you guys a nice interior tour of some of the tech, because there's a lot of similarities carry over between this and like the much higher end cars. Like this steering wheel is essentially exactly the same steering wheel as I had in a $200,000 Mercedes SL63 AMG. It's the same swipey AMG with the rotating little knobs, dials, things like that. So we'll do a more detailed interior tour. We still got about 3 hours, 2.5 hours of our drive left towards LA. Looks like, fingers crossed, not a lot of traffic. We'll see how that goes. So the mid-cycle refresh updated CLA35 is now a mild hybrid. So you see that gauge on the right, the dial that shows the split between power and charge for some regen when you're slowing down, which means it's really efficient. I'm doing 36.2 mpg on this drive down to LA, which is even better than the fuel economy I had going up to Monterey. All right, let's see. Does this have launch control? Race start. Ooh. That's a pretty aggressive launch. This dual clutch is tuned pretty sporty. Griffin just pulled up the performance page, which is pretty cool. We've got engine torque, power, boost, temps. Ooh, that little like histogram thing is pretty cool too. Alrighty, let's do launch control again. Sport Plus, foot all the way down. Race start. The full 302 horsepower. I don't know if I like that upshift noise though. You hear it's like it's fun though, right?
It's like a stutter.
Yeah. Take a look at the cabin at night. We've got cool ambient lighting. It's currently set to red. And here's a really cool thing. See the vents? They've got ambient lighting inside, and when you raise the temperature, they stay red, actually, because it's red. But if you lower the temperature, they go blue. Blue. Up is red, and down is blue. So that's pretty cool. Hey, Mercedes.
How can I help?
Set ambient lighting to green.
Okay, I'm changing the color.
Ooh, she did something. Good job, Mercedes. Oh, she's still listening, sorry. Cancel, thank you. Your services are no longer required. Up, makes it red. Down, makes it blue. That's a fun little touch. Honestly, these air vents are actually pretty cool. They're like the turbine style. Same as in like the higher end AMGs and Mercedes models overall. They're plastic in this one though, it's not like they're metal. But it's a nice cabin at night with the dual screens. We have the light up AMG door sill, and check out the little headlight dance when you turn the car on. Ooh, fancy. So the more I drive around in Sport Plus, the less I like the little speaker augmented noise, and you can actually feel it when it does the upshift, like da-dong. So definitely not a fan of that. I've actually spent most of the time driving it in comfort, and it's fine in comfort, which more so illustrates the AMG-Lite, the low-calorie AMG instead of the full-out, rowdy AMGs you're used to. Watch how the high beams like gradually fade in. That's pretty cool. It's like an animated auto high beam. It doesn't just turn on. The car is absolutely filthy, but let me take you on a quick exterior tour. So the mid-cycle refresh updated car brings the full AMG grille with those vertical slats, and we have the AMG badge there, and then also the AMG crest on the hood. The updated headlights are nice, sleek, and sporty. LED. We also have the upgraded 19-inch wheels on this one, which has like this aero disc almost design with the black insert there. The base wheels are 18-inch wheels. You see drilled brake rotors there too. Turbo 4MATIC, turbocharged, all-wheel drive. And then we have the sportier roofline back here, just like the CLS. The CLA is the same way, that four-door coupe look. We have the AMG badge here, CLA35. Subtle little spoiler on the trunk. And then oval exhaust tip, single on either side. It's also got this blacked out diffuser area too. So a quick tour of the exterior of the CLA. It's a good looking little sedan. Inside, that black and red leather interior has been really sporty, but also makes this silver trim here on the door really stand out. I've also come to really like the center console area. This little storage tray here, if you put your phone there, it will probably fly away if you take a turn, but when you're stationary, you can still put stuff here. Just added options. We have the double cup holders here, the wireless phone charger, a lot of practicality. This center storage bin is pretty big too. We have 2 USB-C ports in there, another USB-C port up there, the wireless phone charging pad down there, so a lot of practicality. The storage pockets on the doors are also pretty nicely sized. You can put lots of water bottles in there, so interior design-wise for usability, I'm pretty impressed with. Today's my last day in LA, and I'm actually heading towards the airport right now, but I figured I would take the scenic route and hit the canyon roads. Southern California is some of my favorite roads in the country, so let's actually go ahead and toggle into Sport Plus and have a bit of fun and talk about what it's been like to live with the CLA35 this week. The baby small AMG. I've got stuff in the car, so it's sliding around. Ooh, deer. Oh dear, 3 of them. 3 small deer. All right, please clear. Nope, don't come towards the car. Holy crap, the thing just jumped up a cliff, pretty much. Nope, you cannot go through a fence. Ugh. Anyways, back to the car. So, the 35. It doesn't feel like an AMG as you would think, right? Honestly, even like the 45 was a bit of a departure from traditional AMGs of old. When I was growing up, to me, Mercedes AMG had a big V8, right? Had that rumble. It was just a really serious performance vehicle. They didn't drive the best back then, right? Especially compared to maybe some of the BMW M cars of that era. They were kind of more the German muscle sedans and muscle cars. With the CLA35, they kind of started going into the more kind of hot hatch type of category, right? You know, very boosted 4-cylinder instead of a big V8, and it was a departure. These days, you have to fill every single little like crevice in the lineup, right? So you have the 43 AMGs with the V6s, you have the mid-tier, you have the extra high tier with the S models now E Performance. So it honestly is a little bit confusing because in the past it's like, well, there's the E63 for the E class, you have a C63 for the C class, and then there's an S63 and a G. There's like one AMG model for each of the vehicles in a lineup. Now, oh my gosh, there are so many different versions, you have to know the different numbers. But CLA35 is the baby one. It's still pretty potent. That 2-liter AMG enhanced 4-cylinder makes 302 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque. The mid-cycle update also brings us to an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission. It's not my favorite to live with. When you're driving in Sport Plus, it's quick. It gives you what you expect out of a DCT, but it has very DCT behaviors at low speeds, parking. I've noticed some rollback when I'm trying to go between reverse and drive, and sometimes when it's cold out, it can be a little bit clunky just getting going at the beginning, first thing in the morning. So not my favorite aspect, but when you're driving quick, it's quick. I mean, the downshifts, look at that. They're second gear. Ooh, get some pops from the exhaust. Like it's a quick shifting dual clutch transmission. Now, the engine, it doesn't have the potency of the CLA45. That thing is a way more power. It's over 400 horsepower. It's an actual AMG hand-built engine. This, they say, is AMG enhanced, which to me is this the corporate normal 2-liter that they get to do a little bit of tuning software with. It's not as extensive as a full-out AMG model. So yes, this is like an Audi S model, the mid-tier sporty premium model, but living with it, it's been nice because it's efficient. I got almost 36 mpg coming down from Monterey, right? that's pretty dang good. And then you can still have fun with it, right? It's quick. It's got launch control. It's got the same steering wheel as higher end AMGs. I keep saying that. Interior's got some nice touches like the air vents. The seats are cool. It's pretty comfortable. It's just not super premium like you would expect from a higher tier AMG. Now, the price point. This one is optioned to $62,000, which, yeah, that's a lot of money for the 2-liter, because it does have the characteristics of like an S3, a Golf R, things like that, right? It's like a little hot hatch just in a swoopy 4-door sedan form. The RS3 to me is a big like challenge because the RS3 is real potent, and they start at, I think, mid-50s. They get up into the 70s, right? But a bit more, you get a lot more, and that's just like an all-out performance model. You do have the CLA45, which Mercedes does build, obviously. So I think that would speak more towards my wanting something super sporty. But as an entry-level AMG model, it's got some nice premium features with this update, the mid-cycle update. I think it looks pretty nice, actually. When the first CLA came out, was not a fan of the way it looked. Just, I did not like that at all. But this one, with the more sleek headlights, all the LED lighting, the full-out AMG grille, and so forth, like, it's good. It's good. I've put a lot of miles on it this week. No complaints. It's been fantastic as a daily driver, and now currently a Canyon car, but transport for a Monterey Car Week. I like the small footprint. It made it easy to park. It's got some nice lighting features. Like, it's a good package. But if you can spring for it and get the CLA45, I think that's just way more sporty. That's the full AMG treatment that we would expect. But there we go. I am going to drop down to PCH and continue my drive to the airport. We'll be dropping the car off, flying back home. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, this living with the CLA35 AMG. I certainly enjoyed having it up to Monterey. It was a bit of a last-second trip that I scheduled going up to Car Week, and you know, in certain key ways, this was exactly the same as some of the really expensive AMGs up there. Ooh, a couple little pops. Wow, it'll downshift. That's 6,000 RPM. So that's impressive. In Sport Plus, it let me downshift to 6,000 RPM. Redline is 6,500. It did not deny me that shift. Oh, it does auto upshift. I'm in manual mode. It won't let me bounce off the rev limiter, so. But there's my final thoughts on living with the CLA35 AMG. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.